With gorgeous weather out there, the beach is probably the place to be, but be cautious with high risk of rip currents today. Just don't go too deep into the water, but enjoy the plenty of sunshine out there. I'll be breaking down the rest of your Labor Day forecast coming up.
Also, Russia facing a deadline from President Trump, but there's still no end in sight to the fighting in Ukraine. We'll tell you why.
Hundreds of unaccompanied children from Guatemala will stay in the U.S. for now. I'm Alexandria Hoff in Washington with a look at the Trump administration's legal fight coming up.
First on the Gulf Coast with breaking news and weather. Fox 10 Midday starts now.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Labor Day to you and your family. Thanks for spending it with us right here on Fox 10 Midday. I'm Ashley Mitchell.
And I'm Hannah Fink.
Hannah, today's obviously a holiday for no work, no school, and no complaints about the weather, it seems.
Not all that much. The only thing we are concerned with is we do have a high risk of rip currents at our beaches today. We've been tracking that all weekend. We've been seeing in the forecast the higher surfs out there. So we've been warning that. It was a medium risk this morning, but they have upgraded it to a high risk. So if you are heading to the beaches, be extra cautious if you're getting into the water. Don't go too deep into it. Probably about shin deep is what we recommend, especially for those who don't know how to swim. And if you do get caught in a rip current, just remember, float and ride it out. That is the best case scenario to go with. But right now over in Dauphin Island, beautiful sunny skies, blue skies out there, very high cloud coverage, so not all that much shade, and partly cloudy skies into this afternoon, 81 degrees by noon. Then we'll get to 83 by 3 o'clock, and that sunshine continues on. Temperatures right now, a little bit on the warmer side, but it actually feels great out there with less humidity. 84 in Mobile, 83 in Pensacola, 78 in Bruton, 79 in Monroeville, 81 in Chatham, 82 in Lucedale, and 81 in Fairhope. Now, this is why it doesn't feel terrible out there. Although it still feels like there's lingering humidity, we're actually in that noticeable category. We're usually between the muggy and miserable category, but we're between the muggy and noticeable category. So a lot of us are in the 60s. Some of us near 70 degrees, but other than that, it feels great out there. Just some lingering humidity in the air, but it doesn't feel like you're wearing the air out there, or right when you walk out the door, you feel it hit you in the face. And another great thing, it's a little breezy out there today. We have an easterly flow, so in some areas we're at 10 miles per hour for our wind gusts, 14 in Mobile, 7 in Evergreen, and 8 in Monroeville. Definitely felt it. I felt it this morning when I took my dog out. There's a nice breeze, and I enjoy just sitting out there with this beautiful weather we're having. So as you make your way out the door over the next few hours, plenty of sunshine throughout the day. We get to 87 degrees by 1 o'clock, then 89 by 2 and 3 o'clock. We'll be in the upper 80s for a good portion of the afternoon into the dinner time hours. Luckily, no rain to ruin our day either. Our afternoon forecast is looking great. 89 degrees by this afternoon. We continue to see that easterly flow around 9 miles per hour. Just overall, a very pleasant August day, especially for your Labor Day. Plenty of sunshine across the area. I'll be breaking down the rest of your forecast for your Labor Day coming up.
Hannah, thank you. Turning to our headlines now, we're continuing to follow breaking news. The chilling video you're seeing on your screen is showing the aftermath of an earthquake in eastern Afghanistan that destroyed villages and killed more than 800 people. Thousands more were injured, and officials say the death toll only expected to climb. The 6.0 magnitude earthquake struck overnight, and the Taliban government says medical teams have been sent in to help. We'll, of course, keep you updated as more information becomes available. Well, it's deadline day. President Trump 2 weeks ago said, quote, "I'll know within 2 weeks what I'm going to do with the war in Ukraine," as the fighting continues to grow. Fox News correspondent Alex Hogan has the very latest.
Over the next 2 weeks, we're going to find out which way it's going to go.
President Trump's 2-week deadline for Russia to move forward with the peace process with Ukraine is now here. And the attacks keep coming. Overnight, Russia launched more than 80 drones following a weekend of heavy airstrikes. The White House has floated the idea of more sanctions on countries that buy embargoed Russian oil, like China and India.
It fuels the Russian war machine. India is nothing but a laundromat for the Kremlin.
But Russian President Putin is working to stop his country from being isolated. On Monday, he met with the Chinese and Indian presidents at a summit aimed at strengthening cooperation.
We highly appreciate the efforts and proposals of China and India aimed at facilitating the settlement of the Ukrainian crisis.
Those efforts are at odds with most Western countries who want to see the U.S. take a harder stance. French President Macron says if the deadline is ignored, it will mean, quote, Putin has played President Trump.
Putin is only duping leaders and drawing them into his camp, and he is staving off the threat of sanctions by doing so.
Meanwhile, a suspected Russian GPS jamming attack hit a plane carrying European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen on Monday. The plane landed safely, but officials say this underscores the growing threat from Moscow.
This will only reinforce even further our unshakable commitment to ramp up defense capabilities.
The EU says that von der Leyen will continue her 4-day tour of allies near the Russian border. In London, Alex Hogan, Fox News.
And now to Mobile, where 2 people were shot after police say an argument ended in gunfire. It all happened early Sunday morning on St. Stephen's Road. Investigators say the injured were taken to the hospital for treatment, but no word yet on their conditions. According to investigators, several shots were fired and 4 vehicles were hit. One of those vehicles was a Mobile police cruiser sitting outside of Fat Tuesday Sports Bar just across the street. Owner of Fat Tuesdays, Rick Johnson, says he's fed up, especially since law enforcement was right outside his establishment.
I got a business. I try to protect this business as much as I can. When you start shooting around the police, that's saying something. Anytime you get a bunch of people together, they're outside drinking, you're going to have a problem.
Now, Johnson says he and other business owners want more security in the area. In the meantime, investigators say it's still unclear who pulled the trigger. The investigation into this case is still underway. And meanwhile, Pensacola police are also investigating a shooting that sent 1 person to the hospital. According to police, officers heard gunshots in the area of West Gadsden Street around 6 o'clock Sunday morning. Investigators say a man was found outside his home with a gunshot wound. He was then taken to the hospital with a non-life-threatening injury. As of this morning, police say the victim is in stable condition. And also on midday, we're continuing to learn more about an ATV crash in Cherokee County, Alabama. Officials say the crash killed 2 adults and injured 7 kids. The accident happened on Saturday at the Indian Mountain ATV Park in Piedmont, which is just outside Gadsden. And according to local officials there, a side-by-side style ATV was carrying 9 people. Investigators say the ATV crashed into another ATV.
It appears that the deceased driver was operating a RZR, and according to witnesses, at a high rate of speed, he struck another RZR who tried to avoid him, left the roadway, overturned, and struck a tree.
Just scary, scary moments there. Investigators say 4 medical helicopters were needed to take a woman and 3 children to trauma centers in Birmingham. The woman later died from her injuries. Other EMS ambulances took 4 additional children to a hospital in Georgia for treatment. The conditions of the 7 children are unknown currently. They range in age from 1 to 12 years old. Now we're told the 2 people in the other ATV were not hurt, and this crash remains under investigation this morning. Well, turning to another ATV accident that has claimed the life of a Mississippi man. The accident happened off Shady Grove Road in Choctaw County, just east of Silas, Saturday night. According to the Alabama law enforcement agency ALEA, 33-year-old Ladarius Washam of Waynesboro, Mississippi, died after the ATV he was driving ran off the road and hit a parked ATV. He was rushed to the hospital in Butler, but sadly later died from his injuries. In national news now, hundreds of unaccompanied migrant children from Guatemala will stay in the U.S. for at least another 2 weeks after a judge blocked their deportation. It comes after an immigration group filed a lawsuit in the middle of the night. Fox News correspondent Alexandria Hoff has more.
As planes full of unaccompanied children sat on the tarmac, a federal judge temporarily blocked the Trump administration from deporting them back to their home country of Guatemala.
He came here from a shelter. We hoped the lawyer could fight his case here, but unfortunately it wasn't possible. You see how fate works.
The order was handed down just after 4 a.m. Sunday after immigration advocacy groups filed an emergency lawsuit. Attorneys accused the Trump administration of deporting children without giving them due process and, quote, exposing children to multiple harms and returning them to a country where they fear persecution and by flouting their legal obligations to care for them in the United States. But the White House insists it was just trying to reunite them with their families who were seeking their return.
Notwithstanding the work that the State Department have done and working with the Guatemalan government for over a month, this judge said, nope, you cannot do it. In the middle of the night.
The roughly 600 Guatemalan children came to the U.S. illegally and were unaccompanied, largely via human smugglers. They are currently in the care of the Department of Health and Human Services.
This is judicial activism. These organizations that run to the courts to try to stop us from doing the job that's on the books, the laws that Congress have put on the books.
Immigration is expected to be on the agenda when Secretary of State Marco Rubio heads to Central America tomorrow for a 3-day trip. In Washington, Alexandria Hoff, Fox News.
Also this morning, President Trump says he will use his executive authority to affect America's most important civic duty, voting. Trump said Saturday he will issue an executive order to require every American to have voter identification in order to cast a vote. The president also said he wants to eliminate mail-in voting, except for those with severe illnesses and for the military in faraway locations. The president has also previously advocated for ending the use of electronic voting machines, to go back to paper voting and hand counting, and to make changes ahead of the 2026 midterms. Federal elections are managed at the state level, and it's unclear if an executive order by the president would be considered constitutional. Well, straight ahead, Urology Associates talks about understanding BPH and the need for advanced treatment. We're breaking it down for you. Plus, Mobile's Labor Day Parade is just wrapping up. Moments ago, our Stephen Moody was there and has your fun full recap in our next hour. But first, Hannah, what a great day to be outside and enjoy this Labor Day.
Yes, temperatures today will be in the upper 80s, but that heat index value with that lingering humidity will make temperatures get to near 94 degrees by 2 and 3 o'clock today. But other than that, with a slight breeze and lower humidity, it's going to feel amazing outside. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Welcome back into Fox 10 Midday today. Labor Day weekend brought a couple of new movies to theaters, as well as the return of the original blockbuster. David Daniel has early estimates for the top 5 films in theaters Friday through Sunday.
You're a bottomless pit of need!
The Roses came out fighting in 5th place, beginning its run with $6.4 million.
Change the hearts you know are wrong.
Freakier Friday fell to 4th place. The comedy sequel made $6.5 million.
How much is there? Over $4 million.
The action comedy Caught Stealing debuted in 3rd place, opening with $7.8 million.
You yell shark, we've got a panic on our hands on the 4th of July.
The 50th anniversary re-release of Jaws gobbled up $8.1 million for 2nd place.
Why just her, classroom? Why only her?
I love those kids.
Weapons returned to number 1, earning $10.2 million for a domestic total of $135 million on a production budget of $38 million. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Lots of great options there if you're hitting the theaters anytime soon. And it's back to Hogwarts time, which celebrates the Harry Potter TV series that is now in production. To celebrate, HBO has announced some of the actors who will be cast in the upcoming show. Here they are now. Warwick Davis will reprise his role as Professor Filius Flitwick. Davis played Flitwick in the original Harry Potter film series, if you remember. He's also appeared as the title character in Willow and in the Star Wars and Leprechaun franchises. So the Harry Potter TV series will debut on HBO and HBO Max in just a couple of years in 2027, so be on the lookout for that. Well, fans of Mortal Kombat, meanwhile, will have to wait a little bit longer for the next film in the franchise. Warner Brothers has pushed back the release of Mortal Kombat 2, which was originally due out this October. Carl Urban stars in the action flick, now due in IMAX and other theaters May 15th, 2026. Well, straight ahead, a new rule goes into effect today at Costco. We'll tell you what that is. Plus, you can make energy-efficient upgrades to your home while receiving federal tax credits. Find out how and make ends meet, which is all coming up. Steven?
The annual Labor Day Parade is back for its 77th year. I'll have more.
Committed to you. This is Fox 10 Midday.
Hey there, and welcome back into Fox 10 Midday. The 77th annual Labor Day Parade is happening today in downtown Mobile, and it's sponsored by the Southwest Alabama Labor Council. Fox 10 News reporter Stephen Moody has more on this fun annual tradition.
The annual Labor Day Parade was back here in the city of Mobile this morning, and it just wrapped up. And even though it followed a different route than usual, everyone still had a great time. It was a new route, but the same wonderful Labor Day Parade in Mobile. This year it started on Lawrence Street, but that didn't stop people from coming out to catch beads, candies, and of course, rolls of toilet paper and paper towels.
Proud to see the people that's out today, that's recognizing the working men and women of the United States and the world. And at this time, hey, we need a lot. We need more support with the labor unions and the working people as it is of today.
The Southwest Alabama Labor Council calls the parade one of their proudest traditions. The parade honors workers in our communities and the values of dignity, fair wages, and worker solidarity.
It's a good way to remind people that labor's out here. The unions are out here, trying to fight for better wages and benefits. So I think it's just a great cause, and having everybody out here to support labor is great to see.
All while having a good time.
The camaraderie and the solidarity of Mobile and the states, we hope that more people continue to keep this tradition going.
And it ended on Canal Street. Reporting here in Mobile, Stephen Moody, Fox 10 News.
Costco stores may be a little emptier in the mornings. Well, Costco stores, meanwhile, may be a little emptier in the mornings. According to a report from business outlet The Street, Costco stores were given until Sunday to implement the retail giant's new perk for executive members. The retail warehouse previously emailed members on June 11th, saying locations would be open at 9 a.m. for executive members only, which is 1 hour earlier than other members. The report says the rule has been in effect, but many locations have yet to enforce it. The report added that beginning in September, if a person without an executive membership tries to shop at a location before 10 a.m., well, they may be denied entry. Well, listen to this. Spirit Airlines files for bankruptcy once again, but tells customers it's still going to continue operations. The low-cost airline says it's going to go through another bankruptcy protection while it continues to fly to destinations and allow customers to book flights and use loyalty points. Spirit says it's going to continue paying employees and contractors as well. You might remember Spirit first filed for bankruptcy last November, following the loss of more than $2.5 billion since the start of 2020. Spirit now has about $2.4 billion in long-term debt and a negative cash flow of $1 billion. Part of Spirit's first reorganization plan included furloughing 270 pilots and downgrading around 140 flight captains. Meanwhile, Spirit's flight attendants are being advised by its union to prepare for any possible outcomes from the bankruptcy filing.
Fairhope Pier is looking absolutely gorgeous out there. You can see those high-level clouds that we've been talking about, not providing all that much shade, and you can see that slight breeze waving the American flag out there for your Labor Day. Overall, today is going to be a beautiful sunny day, as you can see on our day planner. Lots of sunshine across the area from Mobile, Fairhope, Gulf Shores, and even Evergreen. Temperatures will be in the upper 80s throughout the day today, but some lingering humidity can add on to our feels-like temperature. But one thing that is actually amazing over the next few days. We have a dry air mass moving in later on tonight. It's actually bringing down our dew points for our Tuesday. So Tuesday is going to feel even better than it did today. We're still in that noticeable category for today, but we're going to take what we can get. Usually we're in the muggy category, especially for August. But as we're making it into our fall, hopefully we will not be near that miserable category anymore. But a drier day for Tuesday, then that humidity starts to come back. But overall, we're going to stay in that noticeable category through the next 5-day period. So enjoy the dry weather while we can. In temperatures right now, we're still warming up. A lot of us are in the mid 80s already. We have 84 in Mobile, 84 in Lucedale, 82 in Bay Minette, 81 in Fairhope, 85 in Navarre, 80 in Bruton, 81 in Monroeville, and 83 in Chatham. Our temperatures today, even though we're going to be in the upper 80s for the atmospheric temperature, you can see 89 by 2 o'clock. With that lingering humidity, we will still feel like 94 by 2 o'clock. So we'll be in the mid 90s for a few hours in the afternoon, but for the most part, we're going to be in the upper 80s to lower 90s for that feels like temperature. So still a little warm out there, but with a nice breeze, it doesn't feel terrible. And for your grilling forecast, the weather is going to stay amazing. Plenty of sunshine through the afternoon, 0% chance for rain, 85 degrees by noon, then we get to 87 by 1 o'clock. Then we go back up to 89 degrees by 2 and 3 o'clock. And if you are heading to the beach weather is looking great. There's plenty of sunshine out there. Temperatures in the mid 80s. We have that easterly flow, but that easterly flow is contributing to our high risk of rip currents at both our Alabama beaches as well as our Florida beaches. So this is the time where just enjoy the sand, enjoy the nice breeze out there. Try not to go too deep into the water. If you are going to go into the water, no more than just sticking your toes in. That is the best thing to do when our rip currents are this high. And those rain chances, zeros across the board, so no rain to ruin your Labor Day outdoor activities. And for your evening planner, if you have any overnight plans, mostly sunny skies by 5 o'clock. Then we transition into a little bit of a partly cloudy field. Then we clear out into the evening hours, into the overnight hours as well. For your 7-day forecast, temperatures are going to stay nice over the next few days, but then on Wednesday, we start to see that 90-degree temperature start to creep back in. So warmer temperatures starting on Wednesday, then our morning lows will go back into the 70s, and then on Friday, we start to see a pop in rain come back into our forecast.
All right, Hannah, thank you. So get out and enjoy that stunning weather today on your Labor Day then. Well, the time 11:40 now. Did you know you can make energy efficient upgrades to your home while receiving federal tax credits that can actually add up to a lot of money? It's a great way to help make ends meet in several ways. Don Gee shares just what that could mean for your finances and your family.
Here's the deal. Use it or lose it. The 25C Energy Efficient Home Improvement Credit, created to help you have a more energy efficient home while also helping you pay the costs to make it happen, will now expire at the end of the year.
89% of homes in the U.S. are under-insulated.
Insulation expert Patrick Kiker is vice president of the nonprofit North American Insulation Manufacturers Association, or NAMA. Kiker's on a mission to not only share cost-saving tips on insulation, but he's also trying to put a little money back in your pocket. $1,200.
So the 25C Energy Efficient Home Tax Credits is available now until December 31st at the end of the year.
The 25C tax credit for energy efficient home improvements is scheduled to expire for any project placed in service after December 31st, 2025, according to the One Big Beautiful Bill Act signed in July 2025.
The tax credit will cover 30% of material costs up to $1,200 for air sealing and insulation materials.
That means with this tax credit, homeowners can claim a rebate for qualifying energy efficient improvements like windows, doors, insulation, and HVAC systems. Kiker says for insulation, there's two ways to make efficient improvements in your home.
Probably the easiest way is to work with a home contractor. Just make sure that you ask them to air seal as well while they're up there to make sure that you're getting the most out of your insulation.
Option 2, if you're a DIYer, you can do it yourself.
Or you could go up there to your attic and measure it yourself, and you could find out how much insulation you need, and then you could head down to your closest big box store and buy the insulation yourself.
Make sure to save your receipts. You must claim the credit for the tax year when the item is installed, not merely purchased. Keep all receipts and documentation for the upgrades you make to your home. and itemized.
You know, you really want to make sure your home is fully insulated so you can get all the benefits of insulation.
And there are quite a few.
So you might see up to 15% savings in your heating and cooling bills, according to another study by the Department of Energy. A more energy efficient home is a more comfortable home. You know, studies have shown that higher energy efficient homes have higher resale values.
The big headline: don't put off today what won't be here tomorrow. What was originally established and extended through 2032 now has an end date, and it's very near.
It's going to go away in December 31st, and you could get up to $1,200, you know, off your taxes.
The 25C tax credit's original end date was to run through December 31st, 2032. You claim that $1,200 credit in your taxes. This can lower your tax payment or increase your refund. You could also actually end up getting money back even if you don't owe any taxes. Talk to your tax preparer or make sure that you follow all tax guidelines. Helping you make ends meet. I'm Dawn G.
Lots of great information there. Well, still to come, a popular stadium anthem is celebrating 25 years. Plus, a slipper kicking competition in Japan has shoes flying. Hannah and I will have your midday talkers right after this. Okay, welcome into your midday talkers of the day. Hundreds of people gather in Finland to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the world-famous dance hit Sandstorm.
More than 800 people took part in a fun run around the Helsinki. Yeah, finally got a word. To mark 25 years since the release of Sandstorm.
There you go, an instrumental trance composition by Finnish DJ and music composer Toni Virtanen, also known as Darude.
Fans around the world joined the 4.2-mile run around the Finnish capital, dressed in red and other costumes inspired by the song's original music video.
Yeah, the runners were cheered on by Darude himself, which is pretty cool.
The Sandstorm Fun Run anniversary comes at the beginning of Darude's #Storm25 World Tour.
Now we got to see the dance. Are they doing the...
I don't know.
So they're running in honor of the dance.
Yes, that's what I'm getting at. But I want to see the dance because I've never heard of this.
Next level. So Hannah and I were talking. This came out 25 years ago, the year I was born. You were born in...
I was born in 2002, so this was...
Baby. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. This is before my time, literally.
But I think, tell you what, I think we should look up the dance and recreate it on our social medias.
Should we do that for a TikTok today?
Let's do it. Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. We're going to do it. All right, well, comfy slippers soar through the sky during a contest in Asia.
204 participants who advanced through multiple rounds gathered for a slipper kicking contest in central Japan yesterday.
This is phenomenal. It costs just 14 cents to enter, with all proceeds going to Hospital Clown Japan, a nonprofit which supports activities for kids in hospital wards.
I actually love that. But according to an organizer, this year's winner kicked his slippers around 71 feet, just narrowly missed the all-time record of 80 feet.
What? According to the event organizer Boka Nosato, a total of 700 people signed up to compete this year.
In Japanese culture, it's normal to wear slippers after removing shoes when entering a home to show respect to the host.
This is phenomenal.
This is honestly...
Okay, look, so they're standing on the line, and they literally flick their slipper off their foot.
See, I do this on accident all the time around my house, so I wonder if I should sign up next year.
I think you should sign up. I wonder if there's a strategy. Like, I wonder if they practice for this.
Like, is there a way you're supposed to arc your foot, maybe?
71 feet is really far.
I know. I mean, when I throw it, it's just kind of
Look
like...
Look at them. So they're measuring right here. And what, like, do they all wear the same type of slipper for it to be fair, I'm sure, or do they bring their own slipper?
I'm sure they have to have the same slipper, because, you know...
Competition ready.
I mean, some of them weigh differently. Some of them could be heavier, lighter, you know?
I live in my favorite pair of brown slippers at home like every single day. I wear them with everything, greet people at the door with them on. I'm going to start practicing for this too.
We'll wear them tomorrow.
We have so much we have to do today.
I have my smiley face slippers.
I love it. And the slipper contest. Well, today does mark 40 years since explorers located the wreckage of the Titanic on the ocean floor.
Former Navy officer Robert Ballard and French oceanographer Jean-Louis Michel made the discovery with the help of the experimental unmanned submersible called the Argo.
So the Argo traveled just above the ocean floor, sending photographs to a research ship.
On September 1st, Argo was investigating debris on the ocean floor when it suddenly passed over one of the Titanic's massive boilers lying at a depth of about 13,000 feet.
The debris was found some 400 miles east of Newfoundland in the North Atlantic.
The next day, the body of the ship was discovered nearby.
Yeah, the Titanic initially sank back in 1912. What an anniversary to commemorate. I've always been fascinated by the wreckage because it truly tells so many stories.
It really does, and this is a nice way to commemorate it other than, you know, trying to get an actual submarine and go down to it.
Yeah, a day to remember for sure.
Yes.
Well, the time 11:51, we're taking a live look where?
We are taking a live look at Dauphin Island. Look at those beautiful blue skies and plenty of sunshine. Definitely want to go outside after you hear us yap. Just a little bit longer. 9 more minutes, guys.
We'll be right back.
Oh, we are having fun here at Fairhope Youth Collective. I'm here with the owners, Brandy and Jake Walker. Okay, guys, let's talk about this facility. Tell me a little bit about it.
Okay, so we are brand new in Fairhope. We're an after-school care facility. We have the cool bus that comes and picks up the kids from Fairhope East, Fairhope West, J. Larry Newton, and Veritas, and we bring them back here, and they can do all kinds of different enrichment programs, classes. We have STEM and robotics, dance, soccer, art, taekwondo, guitar lessons, piano lessons, sewing lessons. We try to have a little bit of everything for everyone. And even if you don't come to our after school care facility, you can actually still come take the classes. You can sign up and drop your kid off and let them take our enrichment program classes.
Oh, so neat. So you don't have to go to a school specifically to be able to attend here.
Yeah. Anyone can come here and do the classes. We just offer the cool bus as a pickup option for parents.
Love that.
And then we bring them back here, and then when you pick your kid up, we're here till 6 p.m. We are teamed up with Chive Talkin', and we have casseroles that you can take home. And that way you pick up your kid, their homework's done, they have gotten their energy out and all their enrichment classes done for the day, and then your dinner is ready. So you get to spend more time with your family, which is our main goal.
And obviously you get that homework help as well,
homework
right?
help, absolutely. We've got tutors on hand if your students need any help in that area too.
Okay, I really love this room that we're about to walk into. This is your art room, right?
This is the art room, yes. This is where we do the homework first, and then we can turn this into the art room afterwards.
Okay, that is tons of fun. I did see some of the crafts that y'all have been making.
Yes.
Really cute stuff.
Absolutely.
Now, Brandy, for anyone that wants more information on Fairhope Youth Collective, where can they go? And also, you do rent out these spaces as well, right?
We do rent out the space. We offer it for birthday parties, private events, so they can go to our website, fairhopeyouth.com, or give us a call at 251-297-9700, and we would love to talk to you.
All right, well, thank you so much, Brandy, Jake, for all that information. I think maybe play some basketball?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and enjoy our Labor Day, but we're going to toss it back to you and play a little bit of games here. This is such a...
All right, a great place to be, Vanessa. We're going to go enjoy our Labor Day. Let's go outside.
Let's go outside.
Bye,
Beautiful
enjoy
day.